What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another new movie review. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. I have another early movie review for you guys today. Today I'm going to be reviewing a very highly anticipated sequel to a comedy classic that a lot of people love, and a lot of people were skeptical about this one. That movie is Coming to America. I have to emphasize the two because the original is called Coming to America. The highly anticipated comedy sequel that is 33 years in the making. This time it's not directed by John Landis. We have a new director, Craig Brewer, who's well known for doing the recent Dolomite Is My Name with Eddie Murphy, his resurgence. And he also directed the Footloose remake from 2011. Before I get into the review of Coming to America, I do want to thank Amazon very much for providing me an early screener for this movie to talk about it early with you guys. This movie does release tomorrow on Amazon Prime, March 5th, for all of your viewing pleasure. The African monarch Akeem, who we all know from the original Coming to America film played by Eddie Murphy, his father, James Earl Jones, who is the current king of Zamunda, is about to die and is passing on the title to his son Akeem. Akeem learns that he has a long-lost bastard son who lives back in New York City, so he takes it upon himself to travel with his buddy Semi back to New York City to find his bastard son, bring him back to Zamunda, because he's his heir. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I have not seen the original Coming to America film that came out in 1988 with Eddie Murphy until a couple days ago. I watched it for the very first time because the sequel's coming out. I gotta watch the original. And the original is such a classic. Eddie Murphy, this is definitely my favorite from Eddie Murphy I've seen so far. Although I did have some positive thinking to myself. I'm like, Eddie Murphy is having a resurgence after Dolomite Is My Name, which the Academy should have nominated him. And so the director of that is doing this. No John Landis, but I'll check it out for myself. And so I got an early review. What are my thoughts on Coming to America? Is this film just as good as the original? Is it okay or terrible? I can say Coming to America is fine. I found this movie just to be an okay sequel. It's not terrible. To be honest, I was getting there, but it's an okay sequel. It's just flat out okay. The original is definitely far superior, and I definitely knew that going in. A thing I liked about this sequel is that we spent more time in Zamunda. In the original film, Akeem was going to America, New York City, to try to find his wife that he wanted to find for himself, and we didn't really get to see Zamunda that much. Definitely watching this in the original film, you get those flares of Wakanda in here with Black Panther. They even reference Black Panther and Wakanda in the trailers, and they don't show that joke in the movie, which is disappointing. Eddie Murphy is a legend. Like, any movie he's in can either be really great or bad, but this time around, Eddie Murphy just bringing this character back to life. Akeem, just an iconic character. I did have some issues with his character in the negatives, but it's just great to see Eddie Murphy play a character that is so iconic to fans and just reprise the role again. Because if he didn't believe this sequel would work, then he wouldn't do it. But it's his relationship and chemistry, specifically with his co-partner. Arsenio Hall as Semi is hilarious in the original film, and in this movie he's really funny as well. Just to see him and Eddie Murphy reunite in here. And also their improv, once again, steps it up. You obviously know they improv characters a bunch of times. They play so many characters in both movies. And I gotta say, my favorite characters in the original film were definitely the Barbershop Gang. So freaking funny, and they had a lot of funny moments in this film. Unfortunately, they weren't in this movie enough. That was disappointing. We get introduced to Akeem and Lisa's children. We get to meet their 3 daughters. One of them is played by Kiki Lang out of If Beale Street Could Talk and the Old Guard fame. I really like Kiki Lang as an actress. Recently in the Old Guard and If Beale Street Could Talk. Her character was definitely one of the shining parts of this sequel. There's some good action sequences with her character in here, and I was really impressed with her action capability in the Old Guard. And I'm like, this girl can kick butt. I like to see her a part of the Dora Milaje in the Black Panther sequel coming up. You have Jermaine Fowler as Lavelle, who is the bastard son to Akeem. His character is really confused as to why the situation is happening with him. Like, why am I the chosen one? Why am I the heir to Zamunda? And his back and forth with Eddie Murphy is funny at times and awkward. Leslie Jones also shows up. Tracy Morgan. Some pretty interesting comedic characters that I always get worried about whenever they get cast in these certain comedic movies. Like, usually their comedy gets really over the top. And in here, their comedy definitely gets way over the top, but the characters they're playing, I guess, serves the story. How can I forget James Earl Jones, my favorite movie dad of all time, Darth Vader, Mufasa, and Coming to America. James Earl Jones, I'm so happy to see him still acting in movies, especially the Lion King remake. Seeing his character back once again. In the original film, he was really great. And in here, you don't get enough of him, but in those moments you do get of James Earl Jones, it's just fantastic. I found myself not really laughing at a lot of the jokes in this movie, especially in the first act. It took me about 50 minutes to get some laughter going, especially from those barbershop characters. And a lot of the new characters, whenever they do throw out jokes and comedy, it just feels very dry and bland. When you watch the original Coming to America movie, there are so many iconic lines from that original film. From Eddie Murphy and the rest of the cast. It is amazing. And in this sequel, I kind of expected the comedy to not be as iconic as the original. This storyline has been done before in many other movies, especially comedy movies, and with the plot line with Akeem just basically going out of his way to try to find this bastard son that he didn't know he had because of a situation, it just feels very awkward for even a sequel. So I'm questioning, like, was this even worth a sequel? Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on Coming to America, if this is your guys' first time checking out the channel and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this movie, definitely smash that like button. It really helps out the channel out a lot. And consider clicking that subscribe button because I review movies every week on the channel, new movie reviews, as well as classic reviews from time to time. Tons of ranking videos. I also talk WandaVision every week on the channel. The season finale's coming up. And I talk movie content every week on a daily basis. Come join the community. Coming to America is an okay sequel at best. It's fine, but it wasn't amazing. It's got some good moments, some good emotional moments. Just doesn't have a spirit that the original film have, or you're not even going to remember anything about it. After you watch it, you'll probably watch it once. You're like, okay, I don't need to watch it again. On my rating scale, I'm going to give Coming to America a C. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on the highly anticipated sequel, Coming to America. What did you guys think of this movie if you've seen it already? And if you have seen it, let me know your thoughts below. Did you love it? Think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Thank you guys as always for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.